Hey everyone, as always, Dylan, GoldPaydirtReviews.com, and I'm super excited to be panning out some Paydirt today. This is from like an old friend of mine, Constellation Mining Company. I reviewed this Paydirt back in 2014 in September. So it's been over 3 years since I've seen my old friend before, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this Paydirt again is one, happened to see it on Amazon and I said, okay, and I was placing an order, so I ordered it. But also, this is one of the reasons why I made this blog and started doing these videos and doing these reviews, was because of Constellation Paydirt. But I'll get into that in a minute. First, let me go through the specifics. Again, this is Constellation Mining Company. This is Lyras Alaskan Gold Panning Paydirt. It's supposed to be 1 pound. It was over 1 pound. It ended up weighing, I believe, 1 pound 4 ounces. So it has no guaranteed gold in it. No set amount. It does contain gold. They say they put a little bit of gold into every bag just to make sure you get some, but there is no guaranteed amount. So let's unbag this. First off, I'll say I like the fact that even though they're using a coffee bag, which I'm not a fan of, which would give them an 8 score, it's double bagged. It's in a Ziploc bag. So, like that, little business card of theirs. Tells you where to go to learn how to pan in case you don't know how to pan, which is really nice. So, let me dump this, and while I'm classifying, I'll tell you why this Paydirt is one of the reasons why I started this blog and these reviews. So, fairly dirty stuff. I mean, you can see it's all that wonderful color of tan you're so used to seeing when it's dirty and it's going to foul up your water. But the reason I started this review was because when I first started panning, I was hopping around from cellar to cellar and I was getting ripped off a little bit. You're getting bags with 1 speck of gold that you paid $40 for. I mean, if you read any of my reviews, you'll see there's always comments where people are talking about how they got ripped off from so-and-so and this and that. Well, one day when I was searching eBay, I saw a seller, Elky13, who was selling Constellation Paydirt. And it was $17 at the time. I think it was $16.99, maybe $17. It was right around there. And when I was searching some more on the Paydirt, I saw another seller selling Constellation Paydirt for $1 cheaper. So I was getting ready to order from them, and I had put it in my cart for the cheaper seller. When I believe it was the next day, I had planned on placing an order in a couple days. And the next day, I happened to be on Amazon, and I saw Constellation Paydirt, and I figured, okay, let me email this seller because it was actually listed as Constellation Mining Company. So I emailed them and I asked them if either one of the eBay accounts was theirs, and if so, which one. And they replied really quickly that they were Elky13. And the other seller, they knew them and they had filed they had reported them to eBay, but they had bought a whole bunch of bags of theirs on Amazon and they were just reselling it on eBay. So they obviously had pulled all the gold out of it and were just selling it to try and recoup their money by selling bad Paydirt. So, and that's one of the reasons why I really got into this, was because they have a lot of, let's just say, people with low morals that sell Paydirt. Not all of them are on the up and up. A lot of them, they have a lot of great sellers that really want you to get the best, and do what you can and stuff like that. But then they also have the ones that just, they watch a TV show, they happen to see that somebody's selling it on eBay, and they say, oh, I could do that. I got some dirt in my backyard, and it's, luckily they tend to go pretty quick, but they get a couple people. If you'll look at my reviews, a lot of my lowest scoring reviewers, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to take away from Constellation Mining Company, but if you go to my blog, you'll see, just go to the scores, not the ROI, go to the scores, and you'll see some of the lowest ones. And a lot of them are no longer in business, so they don't stick around for long. But, if I've reviewed them, that means they took my money from me, so they last long enough to take some people's money before they get enough negative feedback. So, but that's one of the reasons why I started this, was because of that. I had been getting bad bags before, but, it was things like this that really got me into it. So, almost finished. classifying this down. I mean, you can see how dusty this stuff is. So it's going to cloud up my water pretty fiercely, I'm guessing. Again, this is from Alaska, which is typical of Alaskan pay dirt, All right. All classified down. Get them all in their order. They got to be in their order. So let's see. Obviously the vast majority is going to be in the +10, and since they're not guaranteeing gold, and I've never seen any huge reviews for them. They've always been moderate reviews. I mean, if you look at their Amazon account, they have 330 reviews, and they are, I believe, 4 stars, maybe 3.5, but they're at least, it looks like 4 stars. I just glanced at it today. And that's amazing for Paydirt, for having 330 reviews, to have, that many reviews, especially on Amazon, where, you get a lot of trolls. So, but I've never seen any reviews where people have gotten pickers, which was my original point. So, nice amount of the -10 +20, which is about the same. They both look about the same for that, for the -30 and that. And it's just shy in the -20 +30. I'm guessing for gold-wise, maybe in these 3? Mostly probably these 2. I don't even know about this one. Maybe these 2. Oh, who knows? Let's find out. I'm going to go pan out this +10, and hopefully I'll be the first person to ever find gold in it. Well, I might not be the first, but I'll be the first person to do a review that I've seen with +10 material. So let me get to it. As I suspected, there was no gold in the +10 material. And there was a lot of it to go through, but still no gold. But typically in $18 bags, if you find anything in there, you wouldn't find anything anywhere else. So it's to be expected. But now I get to go through the -10 +20. And I'm hoping there's at least 1 or 2 pieces in here. It's, stuff is so tan and dirty, you really can't see it. I didn't see any gold in there in classification in any of them. So, might just be because it's so dirty. So, let's find out. Well, my luck was definitely better with the -10 +20. As you can see, 15 pieces of color. So, we'll spread them out a little bit more. There you go. Move my fingers so you can see. But that was fun. Nice couple pieces of color. Yeah, 15. Had to count them again because I was not thinking right. All right, well, that's good. So I know there should be. And I didn't see any of that when I was classifying it. It's really hidden by all this dirty, nasty color. So I'm going to go see if I can find some gold in this. Maybe there's some more hidden away in this. So I'll be right back and show you some more gold, hopefully. And more gold. This time a lot of it. I counted it, but I forgot. So let's just say probably about 40 pieces. I mean, it's about that. 40 to 50, somewhere in that range, which is really nice. I mean, I really didn't expect that. I'm going to assume, which, we really shouldn't do, but that there might not be any gold in this -30, or if there is, it'll be very, very little. I didn't read my old review. I read it, part of it, just to see the old price and the ROI I got out of this. But back then I didn't really go into too much, Every time I do a review, I try to do a little bit more. So I don't know if there was a little gold in the last one. So let's find out. Be right back. Silly me. I forgot to tell you if there was anything magnetic. So far I haven't seen anything magnetic. And again, it's very little. So, sorry about that. Alright, now I'll be back with the results. And the gold keeps on coming. But not a lot this time. And I don't even know if you'll be able to see that, but it's really, really, really fine gold. That's the biggest piece there, and that's probably about minus 40 to 50, and all the rest of this stuff is minus 100, and it's really tiny. And even though there wasn't a lot of black sand in this, I mean, there was a little bit, but none of it was magnetized. I mean, there was a little bit, but I mean, it was very minuscule amount. And even though that stuff was really, really hard to pan out, this minus 100, because the sand with this is so fine. It was, I mean, it was floating. It was really hard to get this separated from the sand. I mean, it took me forever to get that out. Almost at one point was like, okay, I give up. I'm just gonna lay it out. And another thing that, you know, when I said earlier, you know, I just breezed over my last review for Constellation Mining Company, is one of the things I had said in my old review was that the gold was flat and that the dirt reminded me of shale. And that's kind of the same thing. A lot of this rocks, all the rocks and material that isn't the real fine dust, which is real fine dust, it's all really flat. And a lot of the gold is flat, so it's tending to sit on top of each other as opposed to working its way underneath like it should. You know, it'll just sit right on top of it and it can't get down. So when I actually repanned all my material, I was really surprised, because usually when I repan, I might find a little piece I missed in the minus 30, and usually that's about it. This time I actually missed 3 pieces in the minus 20 plus 30. There was fairly bigger pieces minus 30 or minus 20 plus 30. So that was kind of surprising. So I had to, it's been a while since the last part of this review to this part, because I've been going through it all again just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So what I'm going to go do is weigh this all up, come back, take some pictures, and find out what the final review is and the ROI. Well, here is the fruit of my labor, and somebody else's labor as well. So, ended up, this is Constellation Mining Company, purchased off of Amazon. It's Lyras Alaskan Gold Panning Paydirt. It's 1 pound. I paid $18.99 for it. Had 0 shipping because Prime or free shipping with Amazon, depending on how you want it. So total cost was $18.99. Gold as of today is $41.18. It's gone up since my last review. Yeah. My gold recovered was 0.33 grams. So that's pretty good. And that's much better than, well, not much better, but it's better than my original review of this Paydirt, where I got just shy of a 1/4 gram. So this one is a little above. So the ROI ended up being 71.56%, which is really good for an $18, $19 bag. The AROI was 58.68%. So again, really good for a low-cost bag. So for the review, ROI is going to be a 7.2 because of the ROI is 71.56, so 7.2. AROI is 5.9. The fun factor was a 10. This was really fun Paydirt. I mean, especially for a small bag, low-priced bag. I'm not going to say cheap, so we'll say low-priced bag. I'm going to give it a 10. So the value of this Paydirt was a 7.7. The overall experience is a 10. I had no issues with it. Paydirt description, I'm going to give them an 8. They talk a little bit, but not too much about the Paydirt. So, you know, they don't tell you if there's any black sands, if it's dirty or none of that. So I'm going to give them an 8 on the Paydirt description. Paydirt quantity, it was a 10. It ended up being 1 pound, I believe 4 ounces. Paydirt packaging, I'm going to give them a 9. It's in a coffee bag, but it's also in a Ziploc bag, so double bagged, give them a 9. Customer service, definitely a 10. I've emailed them a couple times about different things, and they've always replied to me quickly. Anybody usually that's on Amazon replies pretty quickly. So shipping was a 10. So the total score was an 8.8. So I really like the Paydirt. I was really happy with it. $18.99, you really can't beat that. It's on Amazon. So if you have Prime, it's 2-day shipping. If you don't have Prime, go down here. I'll put a link to Prime that if you go through, make me a buck or two. You know, help me out. It's always good. If you need anything, go to the links below. You know, helps me buy more Paydirt. Anyway, thanks a lot. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Hit that like button. And, as always, leave comments. Love the comments. All right, thanks a lot. Until next time.